podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
BoxingVoice.com.
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
I must be the greatest.
Let's get that done.
I've been here before and I know what it takes. It's hard work, dedication. BoxingVoice.com. Mayweather's PB, he's the best.
Win, lose, or draw, we coming to fight. Can't nobody take that away from us. We're coming to fight.
They do what they can, I do what I want.
When you look at how he throws that left hook, it starts out really low. We're going to see what kind of character he has.
Oh, and the lefts and rights by Maidana. And it's all Marcos Maidana here. A lot of those punches off his shoulder.
I think anybody out there listening or the key, anybody, you think that that's a dangerous deal to make. I think it's a perfect deal to make.
BoxingVoice.com.
15 minutes. Can you be strong for 15 minutes? Can you? Listen, this has to
Let's get that done.
Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? Look, we're firemen. We are firemen. The heat doesn't bother us. We live in the heat. We train in the heat.
BoxingVoice.com.
Let's get that done.
Danny, how much of the difference is it for you at this weight?
You lost weight, man.
Yeah, I'm working out. I lost like 35 pounds.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another flagship edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Join me alongside Michael Gross as we discuss this weekend's upcoming fights, preview and predict them, touch on every news and note out there, and get to all our callers that will be listening in live. Remember, you can call in at 1-425-569-5241, or you can call directly in via Skype. Make sure to hit that one button. Let us know that you're on the line. We'll get you in the queue. Yeah, man, let's get on out to it. So much to discuss. We seem to be here to discuss a little bit of stuff that I got to get to, right? We got this weekend's fight. Shakur Stevenson is in action. Robert Brant. Mike making us all aware that we should do a live fight chat on Robert Brant, who's going to be fighting tomorrow at 7 a.m. We got Jermaine Franklin. Showbox is in on. We're going to have Jamal James also on. We have a lot of boxing to talk about for sure. But yeah, man, let me go ahead and get on out to my co-hosts in Indiana.
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
BoxingVoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. Oh my mic. He stayed out before he said he was not
A man stand up for what he believe in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's up, everybody out there in the TBV universe? Back with another one. And yes, it's Thursday flagship. I will be taking down names, and then we will be serving out crow. Well, on Sunday, not today. But we have a big weekend in boxing. Shakur Stevenson is back in action. We have Rob Brandt tomorrow, early morning on ESPN Plus. So we will hopefully be doing a live fight chat for that. We got Jamal James back in action. We got Daniel Dubois. We got, it's a lot, man. We got what's the guy's name? The big heavyweight dude, Joyce, Bryant Jennings. It's a lot of boxing to talk about, man. Canelo wins at XP. what? Katie Taylor versus Holly Holm. A lot of boxing, but we'll get to it and we'll talk about it. What's going on, Ness?
Chilling. This morning we did the Canelo win an ESPY show. We should be doing Andy Ruiz wins upset of the year as well. The ESPYs gave Ruiz that award. He didn't win, fighter of the year, but he definitely took away upset of the year. Obviously, Canelo kind of eclipses his news, and not many people probably know about it, but he was awarded upset of the year. We're here to discuss Andy, right? He's been saying a lot in the media. And even I'm starting to question whether or not some of this is real or not. Like, I thought we were under the impression that, the rematch was already written in stone and there wasn't much he could do about it. But it seems like the days go by, he continues to act like his own man, Mike. And what I mean by that is we don't hear him saying the normal Eddie Hearn ad-libs. Like, you know, he believes he's the A-side. I mean, he said so much in the TMZ interview that obviously has us here discussing this very matchup. Did he not get the memo, or is it us that don't know everything, right? Because, I mean, he obviously doesn't feel like the rest of us did. You know, this contract was already in place, and he just got to live it out. He's acting as if, you know, he's the boss now because he won.
Yeah, man, he's definitely acting like he is the boss, but he in my opinion, he's pretty much, I think when you sign a contract and there is a rematch clause like it was, one thing that is giving me cause to pause is the fact that a location or a venue has not been stated. Was that not stipulated in the rematch? Because if it was, in my opinion, it should have been announced. But if it wasn't, then I mean maybe Andy does have a little pull to get this fight back to Madison Square Garden or Vegas or LA, Mexico like he wanted to. We know Al Heyman, he got that advisor behind him, working with him, and I believe that maybe the venue was left out because it's like Eddie said, we're shopping Cardiff, we're shopping Wembley, but two of those locations that you told me, not Cardiff because it was one more, they don't have roofs. You know what I'm saying? That's outside. So in December, that's too cold. Cardiff has a roof, so that's the most likely place if Eddie Hearn could get his way. But Eddie hasn't came out and said for a fact that the fight will be rematched in the UK. So it is cause to pause.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the funniest thing for me is like he's like, yo, I want it in Mexico, I want it in LA, we could do Vegas, back in New York, no UK. He's strong on no UK.
What you mean? No, you can't.
He said no UK. You didn't watch the video?
I just read the article.
He says no UK. It's in the quotes too. He says
I
no UK.
thought he said no, you can't. Not no UK. Okay, now yeah, I seen that part. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he says no UK. So United Kingdom. So, you know, it's interesting. You know, this is TMZ. He knows this news is gonna spread like wildfire. This is TMZ. This isn't a YouTube channel or anything like that. And this is not the first time either. Again, I'm starting to believe that he has more say over the rematch than we were led to believe. Is really all I can say. That's all I can gather from these clips that keep surfacing that are more of the same, more of him claiming to have the power.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far to say that he totally has the outright power, because if it was, then a venue for him would be announced. It wouldn't be four. It would be down to 2 or 1 right now because the fight happened June 1st. This is July. I mean, there's been time to negotiate a fight of this magnitude, but maybe it is a bit too soon. Maybe they go on their little summer month off or 3 weeks off, then they come back and they tell us what's going on.
I don't know. Again, according to the interview, I feel like he knows more than we are allowed to know. And what I mean by that is, like, he's like, yo, he's training, I'm training too. It's like, at first, you know, a day ago, 48 hours ago, we thought it was only Joshua training and that, you know, Andy Ruiz was out here doing too many media obligations, but he's back in the gym as well. So does he have a date? Or is he simply just working because his team sees, you know, AJ working? Maybe he does have a date. Maybe the announcement isn't there because they're just trying to maximize on, you know, revenue, economically, holding out to see who offers the most. But I don't know. Why are they both training? We knew AJ was going to get back to the drawing board, but why is Ruiz already back to the drawing board?
I mean, shit. If you want to keep this kind of lifestyle and you want to keep this kind of pub about yourself, being out here the media darling, being on different shows, doing this kind of media run, you gotta shit. Don't forget what got you here. You know what I'm saying? Training hard with what's the trainer's name? Manny Robles down there. You know what I'm saying? Putting in work when nobody was looking. Now everybody's looking. So you know you got to be extra tight. You know what I'm saying? So he just doing what a champion does, man. You got to get back to the gym, and you got to do what got you to the point that you are now.
I'm just saying a fight of this magnitude usually is,
And I'm
scheduled,
sure,
and, and,
though,
and both fighters have adequate time to get ready. We hear that cliche, leave it in the gym. If you don't know when your fight date is, how do you know when to get in the gym? How do you know you're not leaving it all in the gym
but
due to that?
and that's what I was gonna bring up. I'm sure he's not in there doing training camp kind of work. Maybe he's going in there just hitting the bag, staying fresh on the bag. You do that for 6 rounds, then you go home. I'm saying maybe he's going in just doing cardio, riding the bike, working on cardio, swimming, or doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep your body limber, to keep your body in shape. Maybe he's taking up fucking hot yoga or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's training too. You know what I'm saying? All that helps out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure he's not doing training camp style training in Joshua either. I'm sure that they're not sparring people. They're not in here going overly hard. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to keep their craft and keep their tools sharp.
Shit, I don't know. I mean, there's a strong possibility Joshua could be sparring because they know their mistakes, right? So they want to get to correcting them as soon as possible.
Nah,
On the other hand, Ruiz is on a high, So he might not be sparring. See, with Joshua, you got to work on combinations. Him guarding while throwing punches because Andy's gonna throw punches while he's throwing punches.
Yeah, that nigga Joshua got to work on his cardio. That nigga, that jab and that what was round 4 or 5, that shit was just coming out like nigga, you could have got in there and gave Joshua some work right in round 4.
He still landed that big ass right hand,
I know, yeah. That was in round 4, but after that, like it was just like he was zapped, like he was gone, like his cardio was bad.
mentally, what would that do to you if you hit someone with all you got, the perfect right hand, and my man just keeps coming forward?
Hey, it is what it is, man. Everybody don't go down. Yeah. Caught him with that left hook. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that left hook caught him off guard, and maybe that's a punch he might be working on in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Perfecting that left hook uppercut that he caught Klitschko with. That's a damn good combination right there. So it's all kind of things that Josh was probably working on right now, and probably is getting back to the drawing board. But like I said with Andy, like you gotta remember what got you to the dance. You know what I'm saying? Remember what you've been doing in that gym so you can keep them belts and give us another tremendous fight where we can just go crazy and go ape shit like we did last time.
But why do you feel like he's not remembering, Why do you feel like you got to give him the reminder?
I don't feel like he's not remembering. I just feel like he's just doing like when he says he's back training too, I don't think he's in there doing heavy shit. I think he's doing what I just said, just keeping his craft and keeping his tools sharp.
I wish you keep your tools sharp, man. I swear, this is the only dude who audios is all over the place every episode. It's like
my audio's bad now.
He must got a cat that just walks on his mixer every time. As soon as he's done with the show, his cat just start tap dancing on his mixer.
My shit is bad, bro.
Not bad, just a little muffled. It's a little bit.
What
muffled.
About now?
I mean, it's a little bit muffled. That's the best word to describe it. But. Are you done with that topic? Should we move on to topic number 2? Now, Mike made a suggestion. He said, let's get up 7 a.m. Let's support Robert Brant. He's out in Japan. He's going to be taking on Ryota Murata in the rematch, 12 rounds for Brant's WBA regular middleweight title. Now, remember, this could make Brant an option. Another win, solidifying himself in that 160-pound division. Who knows who can give him or present him with an opportunity? But we do know that this division is hot right now. 7 a.m. Do you think that fight time is at 7 a.m.?
No, I don't believe that the fight time is probably at 7 a.m. I think the fights probably start at 7 a.m. I think Ken Shiro is fighting right before he's the co-main event. He's a nice up and coming fighter, I believe at 105 or 108 something like that. He's in the smaller weight classes, but he definitely is a worth the watch.
Yeah, I seen that name. I'm like, bro, he sounds like a superhero, Ken Shiro and shit, like a video game character or something.
I mean, Ron put me on to him. You know what I'm saying? He's a nice little fighter, man. Fighting for the WBC. What title was they fighting for, man? It's right there on the list. He is fighting for the WBC Junior Flyweight title against Jonathan Taconing. So I think Kenshiro will probably get that win. It's probably a showcase for him over in Japan. But that Rob Brandt and Ryota Murata, do you think Ryota can do anything different to stop Rob Brandt from the assault that he put on him last time?
I don't know. All I know that more pressure is on Murata because now this fight is in his hometown, so they already expected him to get the win. Now he's got to do that in front of his home crowd, right? Because that was the story. It's like, I didn't lose. That's why I'm rematching him. Like, that was a fluke. Something was wrong with me. I was off. Let's do it again.
I'm gonna say don't say I didn't lose, nigga. You lost now, but you can say something was off or something was wrong, but I didn't lose. It's a little bit too far. Rob Brandt put a big down on you.
No, for sure, but in his eyes, it was a mistake, right? Like, he was the A side. He's trying to get it back, and that's what this is all about. I mean, it's a regular title with a rematch clause. You think about it. They really believed in Murata.
Yeah. Top Rank hasn't been talking about him for a while. I believe his name was brought up possibly with Triple G if Triple G was to sign with ESPN. He's I think Olympic gold medalist too. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, and Rob Brandt, like, I don't expect it to be a different fight. I mean, Rob Brandt might have a little bit more a crowd to affect him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but don't just overlook the fact that he's in Japan, champ. Like, you acting like Rob Brandt is supposed to have the same exact performance in a whole different part of the world. Like, it can change.
I'm sure him and his team is smart enough to go over there and acclimate to the time change, which it is a big time change. And he's with second fight or third fight with Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, and I think he's just going to get better with him under his tutelage. So we're going to see if the time change affects him, which I think it won't. I think that Rob Brandt is just simply the better fighter when it comes to Ryota. I mean, he may be in his home country, might have more things going for him, but at the end of the day, he's going to get the same man that really put it on him last time.
Yeah, I hear you. I just think that it's better said than unsaid. Brandt is in an uphill battle in this fight. I mean, he's fighting in the opponent's hometown.
To your home country.
So we got to hope that he gets some fair decisions. And, I just think that you're not truly respecting the time zone. You're like, yeah, I'm sure his team will, get there early and then get acclimated. But, in all the many years of me doing this, I've noticed that trainers try to get out a week before the fight. And I'm starting to see that might not be enough time.
Yeah, not when you're going to Japan a week before. It's not nearly enough time to get acclimated to the thing. I in my personal opinion, I hope that they would have came over 3 weeks prior. You know what I'm saying? Similar to Oscar Rivas, he's training in, I believe, France or something right now to get acclimated for the Dillian White fight.
Yeah, hopefully they took the necessary precautions, but. That Rob Brandt fight with Ryota Murata will be live tomorrow on ESPN. It's going to be a Japanese edition. Rob Brandt went to the enemy territory, Murata exercising that rematch clause. I'm going to ride with Brandt, and I want to hope that we can live up to doing a fight chat. Brandt is a Patreon, one of the few fighters that are, and he deserves that respect at least. Give him that fight chat. Support him while he's over there defending his title and representing America. Absolutely. I'm going to go with Brandt. I think that he'll be able to do it again.
I'm committed. Let me go grab a piece of paper and I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go with Brandt. I think he'll be able to do it again. I think that he's learning some things about himself. And like Mike said, this is going to be his second training camp now with his new trainer. And that's only going to make things better for them. My biggest worry is the acclimation to the weight. Excuse me, not the weight, but the time zone. Not feeling sluggish, not feeling tired, getting acclimated to that time, going to sleep on their time, waking up on their time. I think that's going to be important for Brandt not to be zapped of his energy. It's very important that he gets there early. I follow him on social media. I know that he's there. How early, I don't know. I kind of suck with time, you know what I mean? The days just go past me so easily. Sometimes I don't know when it's Friday and when it's Thursday. I mean, I stay more in tune with the days via the show, right? Like Flagship Thursday, Sunday. But when exactly he got there, I am not sure. But I know that he's been there. And that's the best that I can do. He's been there for a while now. So tomorrow he'll defend that title, man. And hopefully he can pull away with that win. On the undercard, like Mike said, we got a title fight with Ken Shiro versus Jonathan Taconing. I don't know this flyweight division like that, so I'll tune in. Hopefully, I don't know. I'll probably miss this one, right? It is 7 in the morning. So some fights got to happen before the Brandt fight. But then we got another ESPN card. Mike, what time is the Shakur card?
Shakur card is on Saturday, and I believe it's the normal time, 9 o'clock. Okay. On the card start at 6 or 7 on ESPN Plus, and the main card would be on ESPN.
Yeah, so after that, obviously, we'll have the Shakur Stevens fight with Alberto Guevara. One opponent that actually took the fight, the rumor is about 8 quality opponents turned down this Shakur Stevens fight.
Yeah, Andre Ward came out and said about 8 credible opponents turned down the fight with Shakur. So maybe it was too short notice for some of those guys, and maybe some of those guys didn't want to fight Shakur right now.
Yeah, and we just had the only man to give this guy, Joshua Greer, a loss on the show, Stephen Fulton.
IBO champion, Stephen Fulton.
Joshua Greer back in action, taking on Nikolai Potapov, whatever that is. I believe he's a common opponent. It's going to be a 12-rounder for the IBF bantamweight eliminator. So Greer moving himself into position. Joseph Adorno versus Adriano Ramirez in an 8-round lightweight fight. Julian Rodriguez versus Heivinson Herrera. And our good friend Josue Vargas, who just signed the top rank, getting out of that Mayweather deal, takes on Manuel Lopez in an 8-round junior welterweight fight.
Isn't the guy that Joshua Greer is fighting like a common opponent with somebody?
That's what I said. I don't know exactly who, but I definitely remember Nikolai Potapov. But I could check it out.
It's an IBF bantamweight eliminator, so this person goes for the title, or maybe be's the #1 contender. But yeah, I got Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that they are doing a homecoming fight for Shakur and Newark. You know what I'm saying? Really giving him the spotlight. Really getting behind him and letting him headline on our main channel like ESPN. Not putting them on ESPN Plus and hiding them, putting them on ESPN where a lot of people can see the rising star that is Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, I mean, Stephen Young actually got a draw. Not Stephen Fulton, but Stephen Young has a draw with Potapov. I don't really see any common opponent. I really don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm overlooking someone.
I think Stephen Young's the guy that I've seen last fight him. I think it might have been on Showboxer or something like that.
I mean, his last loss was to Omar Andres Navarez from in Argentina. But again, I don't see anything out of this world here.
No, maybe I was misspoken. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so Floyd Mayweather has a boxing academy somewhere in
Japan.
Is that Japan? Looks like Russia on this card.
He got another one in Russia too. I know he got a Mayweather one in Japan for sure. Mm-hmm. Maybe I could be mistaken, but I thought I seen an article not too long ago that said he was doing some stuff over in Japan. He's got one in Russia.
Yep, is listed as one of the locations for where that fight took place. But moving on, another BT ESPN card. I mean, ESPN really holding us down this week. And this is probably the best ESPN card because of its stacked nature. Daniel Dubois taking on Nathan Gorman. We never really heard of Gorman like that. You know, Mike watched his one fight. But I want to say
I watched many Gorman fights. It was like 3 of them.
I want to say that BT done a wonderful job promoting this fight. They made it feel like a big fight. It really is. I mean, the amount of social media push that they've just done a lot, you know. Hopefully you felt it and it's garnered, you know, it's going to make you give it some interest. Hopefully it's going to make you tune in. It is a 12-round fight for the vacant British heavyweight title. I'm going to take Daniel Dubois. He's the prospect that everyone talks about or talked about. Gorman, for me, is coming out of nowhere. So I'm sure that Dubois will put him back where he belongs. Joyce versus Bryant Jennings on the undercard. Very interesting. But I'm also going Joyce on this one. It's his time. Jennings will have to prove that it's still his time. But yeah, Dubois and Joyce for me, man.
I'm looking at the Daniel Dubois fight. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching Daniel since his, I think his debut when he signed with Frank Warren. And I've seen more than a few of Nathan Gorman fights. He's has I think 2 or 3 common opponents with Dubois. They both fought AJ's. What's the guy that AJ fought that he's the only guy to Kevin Johnson. They both fought Kevin Johnson. So Dubois went 10 with him. Gorman went 10 with him. So I'm going with Dubois. I think he is the bigger puncher. I think he is probably maybe not be the better boxer, but I think his gas tank goes longer and farther than Gorman does. I've seen Gorman dog tired in more than one fight. After 4 or 5 rounds, his gas tank is not what it was in rounds 1, 2, or 3, or 4. He definitely slows down, and I think that would favor Dubois. And I think Dubois could possibly get a stoppage because of the gas tank of Gorman. But with Joyce and Bryant Jennings, I ain't really been impressed by Joe Joyce. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really been impressed by Joe Joyce. Bryant Jennings was beating Oscar Rivas in a very close fight before he got stopped in the final round. Joe Joyce took Bermane Stavern 6 rounds, and we all know that that's not the same Bermane Stavern we seen in Wilder fight, the first fight, or maybe even the second fight, because that guy did not look like he should be boxing on that day. And it still took 6 rounds for Joe Joyce to get him out of there. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going Bryant Jennings in this fight. I know he's in enemy territory, but I think he is, in my opinion, probably a better boxer than Joe Joyce. I think Joe Joyce is just too slow, and I think Bryant Jennings could probably capitalize on this fight. What else is on this card? Liam Williams, man. Big ups to Liam Williams.
Wow, so you think Bryant Jennings might be a sleeper?
Yeah, I got it down for Jennings.
Oh, you picking Jennings on the upset?
Yeah, I'm picking Jennings.
Yeah, that Mike. You know what it is, Mike? You can't talk like this. You can't. When you're talking directly into it, it's a lot clearer. But when you're sideways, it's just muffled. I don't know. Can the chat help me out maybe? Because if you guys can hear him good, then I'll just, deal with it. And that's all that matters. If you guys are hearing him.
Is my stuff muffled? I mean,
I feel like you're muffled. But if they can hear you clearly, that's all that matters.
Still muffled now?
Nope.
That's better for you?
And for me, yeah.
All right, let's ride with this then.
So you just made your pick for Gorman and Dubois, and then Jennings and Joyce. You picked
I got
the
Liam
upset.
Williams beating Karen, whatever the fuck his name is. I got Liam Williams winning that. He lost to Liam Smith in a rematch fight because the first fight ended in a no contest because of an eye cut, or ended in a draw. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, Williams is the good boxer. I remember watching one of his fights versus another unknown. He's a decent boxer, not too much crazy power. Let me check. I'm getting on BoxRec to see what's the last fight I watched with him.
I think it was the what's the guy's name? He got like a funny last name. Because we watched
Mark Heffron?
Heffron, yeah. Remember because the betting line was still open like midway through the fight, and it was like plus 1,200 for like one of those guys to get a knockout. And Liam Williams
this is the thing that I'm saying. I mean, my man's sitting around here and he's got 2 back-to-back losses to Liam Smith and no one else on that level. He holds not one win on that level. Crazy, bro.
He still got to get a paycheck.
Dude's been boxing since 2011, bro. He got 8 years out here. He's only fought one dude.
I got Willie Hutchinson winning too. He's one of Frank Warren prospects, so this should be a showcase fight for him too. But moving on, the Zone got a card on the same day.
Yeah, Ray Vargas. Mike, stop talking. It's not. We can't hear it through your cheek, bro. Move the mic with you. Like, I don't get you. Move the mic. Yeah, man, they've been doing a lot of push for this fight, man. Ray Vargas is kind of a hot commodity. His division's a little lukewarm right now, and he's starting to get call-outs. Probably something that he's not used to. So,
who's calling him out?
The rest of the champions in the division, man.
I ain't heard nobody say Ray Vargas.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now.
The
Guillermo was linked to him since last week. Remember, he was in the eliminator.
Okay.
So Guillermo was linked to Ray Vargas, and I believe one other. I don't want to say Franklin Mazzaniana or whatever, Mazzaniela. But it sounds.
Ain't he one of the guys that pulled out too?
Sounds familiar. Yeah, he pulled out from the Shakur fight.
Yeah.
Oh, he already lost to Ray Vargas. No wonder I had him linked to him. And that was just his last loss. Okay.
One name that I've been seeing that's on the Zone is Joet Gonzalez. I've been seeing his name around like a lot lately.
Isn't he going for a rematch though?
He is going for a rematch?
I believe. Let me double check that. But I believe that the Joet Gonzalez versus Manuel Avila is a rematch.
I don't know, bro. I haven't.
It's the featherweights. I think he's might be Brazilian or something like that. Signed to Golden Boy. He's been with Golden Boy a few years. Let's see here.
Never heard of Manuel Avila.
Not Brazilian. Yeah, Tino Avila. You know Avila. Believe me, you do. You probably just can't put the face to that name, but you should know Tino. This guy is not Brazilian for sure. I got him confused with someone else. But Joet Gonzalez is 22-0 with 13 KOs. He'll be taking on Tino Avila. Tino is sporting that one loss to Joseph Diaz, the Olympian. So he's looking to bounce back. He did have a draw his last fight. So he's got a loss, a win, and a draw going into this fight. Now, Tino is decent kid, decent fighter, and been in this division for some time now, kind of just hanging around and hasn't really got a career-defining opportunity yet. I guess the Joseph Diaz was that. You know, he'll need this Joet Gonzalez win to continue, though.
Yeah, Ray Vargas should take care of Tommy Kameda. He lost twice to Jamie McDonald.
Yeah, but that was years ago, man. And those fights were on U.S. soil. They were under the Al Heyman PBC banner. It's when McDowell came over here. Kameda was with Heyman. Hopefully,
after that, man, only person he done beat is dudes over in fucking Japan.
Yeah, no, like look, he's got to get this win. He's got to show he belongs. You know.
I think I'm going Ray Vargas on that fight, and all the rest of them I ain't picking because I don't know these names. I don't know
Diego De La Hoya. That's gonna be a little good fight versus Ronnie Rios. I'm gonna go with Diego, but believe that this is gonna be a very tough fight. This is his best opponent till date, and Diego really hasn't lived up to the last name. Ronnie Rios, I think, only has one loss. He just lost to someone decent in the division. I want to check. Let me see. Ronnie Rios has 3 losses. Art Albanesian, Ray Vargas, and Robinson Castellano. All good names. All good names. Huh?
Those not bad losses at all.
No, they're not. Robinson Castellano is a sleeper dude. He's like Orlando Salido, dude with a bunch of losses that you think you're gonna beat. And if you don't know nothing about boxing, you don't know that this dude's been winning, and you know you got to be a dog to win. Then obviously Ray Vargas, freak of nature, tall, long, rangy, and Art Ovanesian, very tough fighter.
Yeah,
tough fighter.
What you going with Kameda and then Ray Vargas fight?
Nah, I'm going Vargas.
I figure you would.
Yeah, I mean he's just so tall and stronger that Kameda's gonna have to do a lot. But Ronnie Rios does have that win over Jason Velez, and Isquan Escovedes, but nothing big. So if he could get this Diego De La Hoya when he's back in at least the rankings, the runnings, not the rankings, the runnings, right? You get that win, and you might get another high-level fight. You beat the De La Hoya name. I never heard of Eduardo Rocky Hernandez. How about you?
I just saw the name Rocky, and I was like, fuck it, this boxing.
Oh, my God.
Suck his ass on him, motherfucker. Let's go, Eduardo.
Mike chooses these weirdly, huh?
But let's get to a card that I'm excited about, the PBC.
Well, damn, we ain't going to talk about Mr. Hernandez, who's Mexican descent, undefeated, 28 wins, 25 via KO, and he's going to be taking on Roger Gutierrez. And this fight will happen at the Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California.
Formerly the StubHub Center.
Whose card is this? Because this kid's like...
This is a Golden Boy card on the zone.
Okay, well, look, he's 27 in the world and 8 in Mexico at 130 pounds. So
25 knockouts is impressive. I don't care who you're knocking out when you're knocking out grown-ass men.
I mean, he's had his last fight was in Fantasy Springs. Looks like maybe he signed the deal with Golden Boy. Everything else seems to be Mexican. Rafael Hernandez he has on his resume. Let's see if this is the same Rafael I know. This is not the same Rafael. I don't know, man. I mean, look, he could be, for all I know, he could be another Oscar Navarrete or Jaime Munguia with these undefeated Mexican records. Sign the Golden Boy, you just never know till you know, your man said it the best.
The Lou DiBella fighter that lost to David Abanesian.
Who you talking about, LaGuardia?
Yeah.
He's got a fight with a name now.
He does, I know, but he went in a fight with David and he lost when he was 27-0.
Yeah, well, now he's got another fight with another halfway decent, notable name. Like a name you and I know. I can't put my finger on it till you look it up, but he's fighting him. So, yeah, I'll look out for Roger. I never heard of the dude. We'll see what happens. Not Roger, but the dude who's fighting Roger,
Rocky.
Eduardo Hernandez.
Call him Rocky.
So, last but not least, we got Jamal James talking about where my title at. You're going to be taking on Antonio DeMarco, looking up at him at the face-off. 10-round welterweight fight. Excuse me?
This is a decent card for a Sunday. This is awesome.
The heavyweights, I think, made it better for me. Exactly. You got Charles Martin versus Daniel Martz. Then you got Robert Helenius, who's the favorite over Gerald Washington. Can you believe that?
That might be some money.
Can you believe? No. I think they're right. I mean, Washington, who the fuck is Washington beat? Amir Mansour, maybe?
Man, if you Washington, nigga, if you lose to Helenius, nigga, you might well wrap him up. You know what I'm
but
saying?
if you Washington, you've already lost to some other really big names, and they've hit you hard. I just don't think he's
I'm going with motherfucking Washington in that fight. Bookie, let me get some of that money, bookies, then on Sunday. But we can start from the top, though. Antonio DeMarco, isn't that a coming opponent with Adrian Broner?
A lot of people, man. A lot of people.
Oh, okay.
Even, legend or possible legend, potential legend. Man, what was his name, bro? He passed away. He gave DeMarco that first loss before he died.
You're no better than me.
The dude from Argentina, and people loved him. It was crazy. Dude was no English. Damn, what's his name, bruh? He looked like that revolutionary dude. With
Somebody in the chat know it. Just waiting on it.
I can't remember the name, bruh. He was like a legend. They wanted him to fight Pacquiao.
Argulo?
Nah, he killed his wife and killed himself.
Edwin Valero.
There you go. Edwin Valero.
By the way, Edwin Valero is Jamel Charlo's favorite fighter.
Who?
Jamel Charlo. He said he just loved how Edwin went about his business in the ring.
I used to hate when people was dick riding Edwin Valero because it's like, yo, who he fought, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, who he beat. And then his biggest win was DeMarco.
You just said he's a possible legend. You were saying all good shit about him. Now it's just like, nah, he ain't that guy no more.
But you heard the words I chose. Possible legend. Potential legend. That's what the people were saying. That's what the experts were saying. I watched. I was lucky enough to be live when he fought Antonio DeMarco, and he looked great, but it was a bloody fight. I don't know if there was a headbutt in there or not. He had one of those Pacquiao styles. That's why people wanted to see it. One of those in and out, sloppy, throw a bunch of punches, hit hard though. That was the rumor. He hit very hard. But whatever. That does nothing for DeMarco at this point. I'm picking Jamal James.
I got to give a real quick shout out to the casual fan, TBV's very own. My guy, I'm so bad with fucking names. Enrique. My guy Enrique, somebody see me at Walmart today in your shirt. He's like, man, I know what that means. You don't know shit about boxing. Like, yeah. Like, you do you box? I'm like, no, nah, not really. And he was like, oh, do you do a show or something? I told him about the podcast, and he asked me how to get one of those shirts, and I sent him to the TB Casual store, or whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully,
BoxingFanApparel.com.
Yeah. Hopefully, he'll buy your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, big ups to you, casual fan, man. You got a shout out today. And he picked Thurman over Pacquiao.
Why wouldn't he? But Robert Helenius, Gerald Washington. So Mike's going with the upset with Helenius.
Yes, I'm going with Gerald Washington. I think he feel like he may have something to prove, and if he really wants to get back in some kind of relevancy in the division, he has to beat Robert Helenius, man. Come on, man. If you lose to Robert, who everybody beats, Big Baby, who has Big Baby beat him, and somebody Dillian White beat him. Everybody beats this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Homeboy losing, bro. Put it that way, man.
All right. So you're going with Helenius, right?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah, bro. Yo, Helenius at least beat Eric
My
Temper.
That nigga did the longest pause ever.
I'm saying at least he got that win. At
How
least
long
he
ago was
got
that?
that win.
How long ago was that?
That was his last fight.
Oh, who you beat again?
Ekron Temper.
I might know what the fuck that is, man.
Oh, you know. You probably never seen him fight, but he's very common with multiple people. Temper has beat Duopai. He's lost to Hammer, lost to Vach, lost to Hellenius, beat Rossi, beat Price, beat Duopai, beat Sprott. Those are decent enough wins. I mean, look, those three wins are still bigger than anything Gerald Washington has done. Derek Rossi, David Price, Johan Duopai.
That's good, but he's not fighting that guy.
That trifecta is still better than anything Gerald Washington has ever done.
That's cool, but he's not fighting that guy. He's fighting Robert Hellenius, an older guy. And I think he should be getting him out there because I think Robert Hellenius is on his way out. And I think Joe Washington possibly still has something to give to the division.
But that's what I'm saying. He knocked out Ekron Temper in his last fight. In the 8th. KO, not TKO.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. How old is Ekron Temper? Go ahead and box for the real quick.
37 now.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Fought Hellenius last year in September. So 36.
A lot of wear and tear in the division.
Okay.
Carlos Balderas.
And not Washington? Okay.
I mean, Washington got knocked out. His last fight against
man, he got beat like a piñata versus fucking Big Baby, man. But it's all good. It's all good.
I'm talking about Big Baby's homeboy, brother, Polish.
Everybody beat him up, bro. Everybody beat him up.
But his losses to me are better than Robert Hellenius.
All good, man. We'll settle it tomorrow on the betting show. It's all good. You put $1 on your man. I put $1 on my man. It's all good.
Carlos Balderas fight Robert Frankel. I don't know that, but I know Carlos Balderas is though.
Yeah, it's a showcase fight, man.
Balderas
is here to continue to move up these rankings. Charles Martin, that's the fight I'm interested in. I want to see how good Martin could get rid of Daniel Mart's common opponent with Luis Ortiz and many others. Hopefully he doesn't go 10 rounds with this dude. Brian Pereira is back after losing to Luis Collazo a long time ago. He's going to be taking on Dominic Dalton. I think Dalton also coming off a loss, right? Or already suffered his first loss. He could be bouncing back already.
I don't know.
Dominic Dalton, yep, I was right, 22-2. Bounced back already after the Deloach loss. He's got a draw to Oscar Molina, the Olympian that Jamal James beat. And then he's got a draw to Justin Deloach from Texas. Used to train with the Charlos. And what do we got here? We got a loss to Jamonte Clark. Okay, common opponent to Jamonte Clark. He lost to Jenison Rosario. So, all connected.
I got Charles March stopping Daniel March. Brian Pereira should put on a nice performance. Both the Russell brothers should put on a nice performance. And shout out to my guy, Vashawn Owens, won me some money on a betting show last time he fought. So big ups to him. Hopefully he get the victory against Warren Garces.
Damn, this dude could not be Deloach or Jamonte Clark. I remember that Molina fight too, man. That was a pretty good fight. It was in that outdoor arena. And maybe Carson or something, all right? Let me see. Palms Casino Resort Theater in Las Vegas. Damn, I was totally wrong. Is Dalton not going to get this win? I mean, Brian is this fake boxer. He's got like this weird defense, bro. Ulgas beat him in 4. Collazo beat him in 10, but a decision. He just coming off a Prescott win, bro. British Prescott win, bro. He wants to be like down with Crawford and shit. Nah, man. Even though, look, he got a win over David Grayton. Difficult. I don't know how much credit to give him for the Collazo loss, you know? Alex Martin he beat. I don't know. Dalton, let me see. When's the last time Dalton fought, though? This year as well. Nope. Yep. In April. April. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of this guy Brian's style, bro. Like, you know, I knew Collazo was gonna beat him. I just think he's very wide and sometimes tires out. But I'll go with the favorite just to keep the show rolling, man. Gary Antoine Russell versus Larry Ventus, 8-round junior welterweight. 8-rounder already. They're really putting the muscle behind the Russells. So we got Gary Antoine Russell in action. Then we got Gary Antonio Russell in action. Yo, how was it in that household?
Tough, probably.
What the fuck did you do? Like, did you call them by their middle names? And if so, why name everyone Gary?
I don't know, man.
But damn, there's Gary Russell, the one that we know. Then there's Gary Antoine Russell. Then Gary Antonio Russell. And they got creative too. Come on, dog. Antuanne? Whatever, man. So I'm going Gary. And then Showbox. This is what I'm interested. Jermaine Franklin. We were supposed to have him on the show today too.
Tomorrow night on Showbox, Friday night. This will not be Saturday. This is a Friday night fight. Jermaine Franklin, you know what I'm saying? He says he feels like he's the best heavyweight prospect out there, period.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to prove it. But I like his mindset and I like his grind. Like, he's out here in not LA Fitness, he's in the other one. He in $10 Planet Fitness, you know what I'm saying? $10.47 a month. He grinding. He doing all the strength and conditioning in there. And it was something about that drew me in. I felt like because he's using that gym, he's a regular everyday dude trying to grind to get it. And this is his dream he's living out. So I want to be part of that. I want to see how far could Jermaine Franklin go. He's going to be taking on Jerry Forrest in a 10-round heavyweight fight. He's been quoted in the media saying that he's going to get the stoppage as long as he can remain patient. We'll see. Ottawa Wallen is on the undercard, who also was on the undercard with Jermaine Franklin the last time out. And we didn't get to see much of him due to some freak accident.
Nah, due to a nigga quitting. That's what happened.
It wasn't an accident though?
It was like a nigga had a cut or head, but he could have went on, but he told the doctor that he couldn't see.
Okay. So somehow still classified as an accident. But he's taking on BJ Flores, who's a common opponent. But I mean, like, we only know BJ for losing. Like, he's always brought in to lose. He's a name that loses, you know. His biggest loss was to that dude from the UK, Bellew, you know what I mean? So it's like BJ really doesn't win. He's here to be known and elevate the opponent, or rather the A side. So news and notes: Canelo wins in SP by ESPN. Andy Ruiz wins what was it? What was it? I said this in the beginning of the show.
The upset of the
year award.
Dmitry Bivol got something to say. You know what I'm saying?
Not much to say. I mean, me, Bivol, and everyone else in the world wants an opportunity at Canelo. We understand what it represents financially. So Bivol, you know, calling out Canelo, it's like, you guys, I get it, because I was about to like black out. You know,
black out. But to me,
maybe go a little ham on Bivol, but then it's like, you can't do that because that's how you get known. You gotta call people out.
That's what you've been asking for from these fighters.
Yeah, you're right, but some people, you just aren't getting the fight. Like a Bivol is so unknown. Like, he's so unknown. We don't even know who's his promoter. Like, Who's this promoter? Eddie, right?
Main events.
Eddie?
Main events.
Oh, man. Nah.
Same promoter as who?
Yeah.
Kovalev.
Yeah, exactly. Bro,
I think
he
this
signed the
probably-
main events at a bad time.
This,
Main
in my
events
opinion,
had a little bit of buzz because they had Kovalev, remember? And Kovalev was popping, but then Ward bust that bubble. And then HBO left. They went bankrupt. I mean, that's cool to say, but they didn't go bankrupt. But they packed it up, and that's who main events was bubbling with. They never had a network back until they got Kovalev on HBO, and then they started to be given dates for their other fighters. Nothing like how Golden Boy and Matchroom get, here's 10 days. No, it was like a working relationship. Like, yo, we fuck with you because you got Kovalev. You know what I mean?
I think the Bivol fight might be a more interesting fight. Could be possibly be an even better fight.
Bruh, don't even talk about that fight because no one knows Bivol.
I think that's kind of harsh to say that
he's not getting an
no one knows
opportunity over any of the names that were mentioned previous. He's not more known than Andre. He's not more known than Jamal Charlo. He's not more known than Sergey Kovalev. He's not more known than Callum Smith. Like, the dude's unknown, bro. It's unknown.
Yeah, but he fights on the zone and he's part of the main event. So who knows? We might be having shock.
Fighting on the zone is cool. Being part of main events, I don't see how that works or anything because, main events doesn't have anything outside of Bivol on the zone.
Tevin Farmer versus Guame Francois. Official for July 27th. He's gonna be
this
fighting
is the
on
guy that got the draw with Jonah Carl. So now he's fighting both dudes. Like, the zone is wilding. They said, fuck it. They said, fuck it. We gonna make Tevin rich regardless.
Or try to make him a star so you get that big tank fight too.
You can't make no one a star. Stop trying to brush over that. He about to say, oh, make him a star. Oh, yeah, next subject. No. No one has ever became a star by fighting nobody. Show me. Go ahead. Tell me. Go ahead.
Okay, I understand what I'm saying. You can get enough buzz and bubble about him to where people are clamoring for that Tank Davis fight. Something that we've been talking about as boxing hardcores for almost a year and a half now. So by having him on a nice card.
So I'm going to clamor for Davis because he beat Guama? Was his name? Is that how you pronounce it?
I'm saying if he goes out there and possibly have like a big-time knockout, he may call somebody out. You never know.
We talking about Tevin Farmer or you switch subjects on me?
But he did get a knockout.
Did you go back to Bivol? Because you're talking about knockouts. You talking about Bivol?
I mean, he did get a knockout in his fight before last or the one before that one. He does have a knockout, a recent knockout. But that fight will be on the Hooker Ramirez card down in Dallas. So
yo, shout out to Farmer though, staying super active. They slid him on his card last minute. This Hooker and Ramirez card was announced, and he was like right up on it.
Yeah, but I had got inside information that he was already knew about this fight, and it was already planned weeks ago. They just announced it official now.
Crazy though, right? Because like he could have done his own fight in Philly. But Saudi Arabia, Amir Khan versus Billy Dib, right?
A common opponent with Tevin Farmer.
Who?
Billy Dib.
Yeah, but Billy Dib is, like you said, a common opponent with Tevin Farmer, 126-pounder, 122-pounder, not 147-pounder for some sort of WBC Saudi Arabia
Galaxy belt.
Oh, it's the Arabic Galaxy belt?
Something like that. Like we protect the whole fighting galaxy, and we're gonna bestow this over to Amir Khan.
Okay, WBC Galaxy.
It was a pearl, you know what I'm saying? But they took the pearl out when old boy.
I actually heard that the belt is made of sand.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is it like inside a glass?
No, it's just like somehow they forged the sand. Yeah.
With like cat shit or something.
Yo, so Huey Fury, and this is what I'm saying right here. I swear to God.
Fury out there getting that money, baby. He say, I'll fight him.
Bro, this what I'm saying though. Like, yo, how does he even do this? Who's got this guy? Nah, seriously. You laughing, but Bro, you don't think he gets a lot of little opportunities on the
nigga
low?
get the most breaks in the heavyweight division. Man. He done found Joseph Parker, Pulev. Now he fighting Samuel Peters.
Yo,
he done shit either,
my man is the Tupac of heavyweights, bro. He get around for real. Yo, why he don't just retire though? Keep it real.
But honestly,
No. Don't try to just ignore that.
I know, but Ron said his last fight, they feel like Samuel Peters got robbed. He was doing good against the guy he was fighting.
Bro, Samuel Peters is the same age as my father.
Nah, man, he ain't over 40.
What?
Samuel Peters is not over 40, man.
You gonna make me Google this shit. There's no way this man ain't over 40.
My nigga said the same age as my father. I had to think like, damn, if that's 20-something.
Bruh, how is he not over 40, Shan?
He's not over 40. Because I thought he was too. And somebody Googled like, nah, bro, dude, like 37, 38.
Bruh, well, that's crazy. You know what's even worse? My man had 5 fights this year.
2019?
2019, he had 1, 2, 3, 4. He gonna have 4 fights with this one, bruh.
How
4
they
fights.
going to slam like that, bro?
Bruh, and this dude, Mario Herrera, I think he's fighting someone else right now. Look! Mario Herrera, his last fight is fighting Flip Hargrovic.
Down in Mexico on the
zone card.
It's on here.
Estrada is on the Estrada card.
Yeah.
Bruh, Samuel Peters out here living his best life.
Big shout out to my guy, Dwayne Beeman, man. Finally get like a big time fight. No, I know he's been off for a while, but hopefully he's not too rusty. Huh?
Who's Dwayne Beeman?
Say what now?
Who's Dwayne Beeman?
That's the guy who's Estrada's fighting. Don't sip on Beeman now. It's gonna be a good fight.
And I just never heard of him. Bruh, he out here trying to live his best life. Like he said, fuck it, I'll take on Pulev. And now he's saying I'm gonna take on Huey. He gonna lose to Huey though. Huey moves, man. There's no way Samuel Peters is in fight shape to chase down Huey Fury, bruh. There's no way. And yo, they got him listed at 6'2". Oh shit, he was the original Nigerian king. Who next? The original Nigerian king, yo.
Yeah, nigga's crazy, but
AJ has fallen.
Big up to Saudi Arabia though for putting on a boxing match. They're trying to get the Amir Khan and Manny Pacquiao fight there later this year. That's the hope. That's the plan.
Yo, why your man Tony Yoka fighting in France versus Dermatrenko?
I know. I thought he couldn't fight in France for like 2 years. I thought he was under a suspension. That's
I just don't get why is a dude that's training in Cali with Virgil Hunter, signed with Ringstar.
No. He signed with Jay Prince for a management deal, but I don't know about promoter deal though.
Well, whatever. Fuck is he doing in France, bruh?
That's where he's from, man. He's a big draw over there in France. You know what I'm saying? He's a Olympic gold medalist going back to his home and getting that money where he's a big draw.
He was banned in France, man.
I thought he was too. He missed like three drug tests. He didn't fail any, according to Hunter. He just mixed them. Is he still trained by Virgil Hunter?
I mean, he should be.
That would make sense if he's managed by Jay Prince. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I can see where that sense made, where those those dots connect with Prince being a Ward guy, Ward being a Virgil guy. I can see that.
Don't get mad at me.
You got a lot of news and notes here, man.
I got to run down this ESPN card real quick from the UK. It's just an ESPN card if you want to watch it on an early Saturday.
Mike, talk into this motherfucker's terrible.
Bro,
no, you're not. You turn your head. Look, if you're going to turn, go like this. If you're going to turn.
They say they can hear me fine.
Oh, yeah?
But we have
Beautiful.
Dickinson versus Nathaniel May. Martin Murray versus Rue Manuel Pabanto. Natasha Jonas is back in action, so big ups to Natasha Jonas. She's fighting Beck Connolly. And Terry Flanagan is coming back in action after that loss to Regis Prograis. He's fighting Jonas Segu. And big ups to Titus Williams. He's fighting in New York. He's fighting Aaron Vesti Lopez. Dave Allen wants Povetkin or Emmanuel Char next if he's able to get past David Price. And Martin Bacoli signs with Eddie Hearn, which I thought he already was because he's a AJ Spawn partner. And
yeah, I seen that one. The
That
Bacoli
makes sense,
signing.
but and he can get that rematch with Michael Hunter, a guy who shocked him and went over to the UK and beat his
If I'm
ass.
Hunter, I don't want nothing to do with Bacoli. What the fuck
I
I'm
feel
looking
you.
at
I
that
feel you. I
dude
feel you.
for, man? There's so many other names in that division. I'd rather get a Derek Chisora than a Bacoli or fucking anybody than a Bacoli, man.
Like Ned said, we got Philip Hagrovic going down to Mexico and fighting on August 24th on the zone. He's fighting Mario Herrera. That's big shit from, you know what I'm saying, Philip, you know what I'm saying, going to enemy territory, you know what I'm saying, going to Mexico and putting on a performance. And
I
I
mean, dude, he's
guarantee you,
going to Mexico to fight a heavyweight.
yeah, but I guarantee you the Mexican fans will appreciate what they see from Philip.
I hear you. I'm just saying you ain't heard of many Mexican heavyweights.
And Juan Francisco Estrada will be headlining that card versus Dwayne Beeman on August 24th on the zone. Tony Harrison says the rematch with Jamel Charlo will happen in 2019. He's not running, he's not ducking, he's not dodging nobody. Jorge Linares is in Japan training for a potential fight with Ricky Burns. So
long live Ricky Burns, man.
they digging Ricky
Yo,
up.
Ricky Burns is that doormat in front of everybody's household that every fighter got to step on before moving forward, bro. That's crazy. Burns out here still trying to get it, man. Look, you got to respect him because I started putting respect on Pedraza name, so I got to do the same to Burns with the same logic, right? Because it's like, oh, you got to respect Pedraza. You know, he was a two-time champ. It ain't easy to be a champion twice. And I think Burns was like a three-time champ, man. But you know how it is in the UK. They make it easy for you to be a champ. You know what I mean? They find ways like...
Bro, it's easy everywhere to be a champ. Hey, have you seen these fucking sanctioned bodies, nigga? Have you seen some of the guys in these sanctioned bodies?
It's not easy everywhere. It's not easy everywhere. You know, it can get easy for some, but it ain't easy everywhere. But
if you got the right promoter, he can get you there, you know what I'm saying, nicely.
But listen, man, Ricky Burns, you know, he gonna do his thing. He gonna try and get that win, you know. I don't know. It's Burns, man. I mean, he's 36 years old. Like, I feel almost. I feel for that Peters doesn't belong in the ring, right? I thought he was older.
Yeah.
I thought his time was gone. I still think his time is done.
It is.
You know, but I feel the same way about Ricky Burns. Like, Peters just is from an era, like he's from that beginning Klitschko era, you know? And now that I see Burns' age at 36 and Peters at 38, they both right there. It's just Burns ain't get beat by heavyweights. But Burns has been in some shit, man. He's been in some battles.
Yes.
I don't know what he's got left. Like, he's been in there with Crawford, with Beltran, Zlatan Cannon, Omar Figueroa, where people thought he actually won, Kyle Ralick, Corolla, you know, Ndongo, you know. He lost to Ndongo, this dirtbag.
Yeah, lost his belt to him.
Kevin Mitchell, you know, Katsides, you know. And then, you know, these UK dudes will give him credit for some other names, like, I don't know, maybe a Nicky Cook or some weird shit like that. I don't fucking know.
Speaking of the UK, Katie Taylor could possibly be facing UFC's very own Holly Holm. You know what I'm saying? There's been a little buzz about that fight. Holly Holm is a I believe, boxing and kickboxing champion. You know what I'm saying? So Holly is not no newcomer.
Let's be real. Who the fuck Holly Holmes beat? She been getting her ass beat in every sport.
She beat Ronda Rousey.
She beat Ronda Rousey.
Knocked her the fuck out with a fucking kick to the chin. Knocked that bitch out.
Oh, that was a kick.
Right. And she beat somebody else too that I can't think of right now. But
that was a kick. That shit don't matter because she.
Bro, no, nigga.
It don't matter because she's trying to box.
She punched her, then kicked her. You know what I'm saying? She caught her with a combination. You know what I'm saying? Like, she punched her.
Can't do that combo in boxing though.
But she punched her and turned her around. And when she turned around, she got the kick to her face. But all right. But last thing,
she old too though, because she was a boxer first, man. She was a failing boxer first.
But she's a world champion in boxing too.
Well, you know how that is, though, man. No, I'm serious. Like, no disrespect to my own.
Yeah.
Listen to me. No disrespect to my own stablemate, but she about to go for a world title too, and she's only 2-0. Like, that's how it happens in the female division. If y'all don't want to believe it, y'all want to call me haters,
Oh, no, sure.
I'll accept that.
That ain't factual. But and last thing on the list, Dana White says he could fix the boxing model.
Yeah, by getting the fuck from around it.
Yeah, I don't know, because he's got too many promoters and too many sanctioning bodies, and it's just a whole, man. You can't get everybody under one umbrella. Not in boxing. Wild West, baby.
Because ain't nobody gonna want to take a pay cut. You could get them all under one umbrella, if you could get them to see that the pay cut in the long run is gonna suit their wallet.
Man, the boxer getting paid and UFC still getting signed. I mean, fight bonuses. You know what I'm saying? Fight of the night bonuses, $50,000.
Yo, fighters still getting signing bonuses though. My trip to Florida, yo, crazy. My trip to Florida really taught me about that, right? Like that dude, Ramirez.
Yes, sir.
Bruh, he wanted to sign with Mayweather.
Okay.
And Mayweather, whack ass, didn't answer him. They took too long. By the time they got back to Robeisy, he already had a top rank deal. Yo, you motherfuckers stay dropping the ball, bruh.
How you run a fucking promotional company and you not getting back to a...
How you ain't got a fucking voicemail?
Highly decorated fucking Cuban amateur who wanted to go
then the dude tells me Floyd was like, fuck it, let's do it anyway. And he's like, bruh, I'm not just gonna start my boxing career with controversy. Like, I'm not just about to, before I even get in the game, piss off someone. Like, that's what Floyd wanted to do. Like, fuck it. Piss off Top Brand. Let's just come on over here. He got a 5-year deal with Top Brand. He gonna be a star. You know, he training in Keith Thurman's gym with Keith Thurman's trainer as the second and Robert Mendez as the first. You know? Crazy, man.
What
crazy.
weight class is he gonna come in?
You know, he wanted to go with Al too, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Yeah, but they ain't want to give him that money.
Yeah,
Top Brand gave him that signing money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen, I defected. You got to give me something.
I need some bread, yeah.
I need some money. I got motherfuckers asking about this boat ride. You know, I had to get in here through Mexico, all that good shit. Niggas want their bread. Talking about no signing bonus, man. What the fuck?
Did you get what?
How you ain't giving an Olympic gold medalist, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, no signing bonus, man? What the fuck is going on in this game, bro? Like, every day we learn some more weird, twisted shit, and it just makes me remember that I don't know shit about boxing. Like, how don't you give an Olympic gold medalist, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, who beat Shakur Stevenson, who's already a clear semi-star? He's already a clear semi-star. How don't you want the other piece on the puzzle, the man's nemesis? And he's older than Shakur, so naturally he's got the man's strength.
Maybe you looking at him, but like he's not worth the investment.
Man, come on, man. Don't
he's
be
Cuban.
silly,
man. How many Cuban stars have we seen in boxing?
Bruh, this dude's going to be a star, mark my words.
But answer my question, though, Nick.
Listen to me. Did you watch him fight? He ain't got the Cuban style.
I did watch him against Shakur.
And did he have the Cuban style?
I can't really remember, bro. To be honest with you.
Well, we'll see. That's all we're gonna see.
Yeah, man, we definitely gonna see, but it's gonna be a nice fight, guys. Both of them, Top Rank got both of them, so they should be on that clash.
Yeah, but he said that fight ain't gonna happen. You know, he's like, yo, you know, this kid I just signed.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
And this kid is already calling out my name, and he's like, yo, it don't work like that, you know. We're gonna get to that fight, but we're gonna get to it at my time, because he knows.
I wonder who Bob Arum gonna make Michael Conlon fight when he get that time.
Man, Conlon gonna fight like Robesi's first. He gonna be somebody's
dinner.
He's gonna be somebody's They giving up that to one of them dudes in that division.
Yes, sir.
But let's get out to these callers, man. You know the
Smash
number.
that thumbs up button, and it helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to go one step farther, head over to theboxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on that Amazon link. Bookmark that link. Prime Day is coming up on the 15th. So if you do shopping on Prime Day, think about us and use our link. Thank you.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Going out to our ringer in Seattle, Dominic, talk to us.
Yo. What's good?
What up?
Man, so many fucking fights, man. I watched that face-to-face with Daniel Dubois. That was cool. I think I'm going to go with Daniel Dubois with that one. And I do hope that later on, because I'm starting to become a fan of Daniel Dubois, that he gets like a character about him a little bit. Personality.
Yeah, he's definitely dry and quiet.
Whoa, bro. I don't know. I can't even tell what he's about. I don't know if he might snap. I don't know. And Joyce and Bryant Jennings, I don't know. That's like a 50-50 C-class fight. So, I don't know. I feel like that would be a good fight for Luis Ortiz after the loss of Deontay Wilder. And I'm going for Thurman automatically, even though that fight isn't like right up. But automatically Thurman. And what was the other fights that were on there? Big name.
Damn, my nigga. We got who we got on this motherfucker? Shakur Stevenson in action this weekend. Robert Brant.
Oh yeah.
Mike, don't nobody want to hear words coming out the side of your cheek. This motherfucker's so hard-headed.
Yo, hey, I have to say this. Bro, I was dying when motherfucking Ness said that you might have a cat crawling on the keyboard. Oh, man, just changing your settings.
Bro, how is it that every show he's like, wait, is it better now? It's like, yo, I get in my studio, my shit. You got
No, let me say this. Have a YouTube channel ready so you can hear what you fucking saying. Like, have your phone showing or something.
Everybody say I sound okay. I sound great.
Where they saying this shit at?
Right there in the chat.
No, look, I'm not saying you lying. You know, I'm on all these other pages.
When I talk like this in the chat, can you guys hear me or not?
Hey, it's kind of muffled, bro.
Thank you.
I'm hearing it on my phone. It sounds like you're speaking into your hands or something. Like,
thank you.
Are you in New York?
Yo, and he won't listen. He got like a year me telling him this shit, bro. He just like keep doing it his way. I did it my
All right, that's my call, though.
Dominic, man, we love you. Thank you for the support as always. We going out to Boomerang, your mans, my mans.
BoxingVoice.com.
It's money to shit. Working that wrist. Ballin' like Swiss. Diamonds wet like a fish. Pull up with them sticks. Come fuck with the clique. We fucked on your bitch. She sucking the dick. I'm whipping the work.
Hey yo, what's going on? It's your boy H Money, Mr. DAZN, the Boxing Voice 2019 Rookie of the Year. And Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua was definitely the biggest fight of 2019, and the rematch is only gonna be bigger. Andy Ruiz, he's saying all the right things, Ness. He's playing the game right. His stock is going up every day. He's a superstar in Mexico, America, and the UK. I can't wait for this rematch. And Anthony Joshua, the pressure is on you once again. You must step up to the plate and defend your honor. If not, Andy Ruiz, the destroyer, will destroy you again. And this is a great show. Man, I love this show, man. Y'all keep turning up, bro. And I'm a boomerang right back in, you heard?
Yes, sir. H Money, man. Thanks for calling in, big dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go out to Luna. Talk to me. Oh, Desperado on him.
Oh, Desperado. Damn. My nigga is away right now.
Let me see what else we got here.
No, it ain't Anthony Joshua, man. y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
No. All right. I'm going to say this, man. I love y'all fucking show. But I'll be on this shit fucking night and day on the real. And another thing, just on the title itself, man. That shit right there, with Ruiz calling the shot, That's a fucking example of motherfuckers not covering their motherfucking tracks, man. Motherfuckers thought that motherfuckers won a damn threat. And now all of a sudden, they trying to get their pen and papers out and make sure that shit going their way. Don't worry like that, player. So that's all I got. Y'all keep doing y'all shit, man. Stay up.
Biggest homie AJ for calling in from Texas. Shout out Texas, man.
All right, let's go. Let's stay right there in Texas. Why not, right?
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just try to get on my game. I don't know why they gonna call me for I'm a 54 pounder, but I have a brother that's at 160.
Eddie, what up? What up?
Yep. What's the damn deal, fellas? Yo, real quick, man, did I hear Stephen Fulton is he fighting this weekend, or were you saying Josh Greer is fighting?
Josh Greer is fighting this weekend, but Stephen Fulton beat Josh Greer earlier on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Who was the guy Josh Greer fighting? Any background on him?
Nah, he was supposed to be a common opponent. He was supposed to be a common opponent, but that's it. Oh, he's only got a draw with Stephen Young, not to be confused with Stephen Fulton.
Oh, okay. Well, what card is that on? Is that on the ESPN Plus card, right?
ESPN card, Shakur Stevenson.
Okay, cool. I like that guy. Night. But listen, man, I'm picking all A sides. Most of these fights sound like showcase fights, except for God damn it, the UK heavyweight. Joyce. It's more like a step up fight for him, right? That's what I would think. But
I feel like so. I think
listen,
Bryant Jennings got a chance.
Joyce about to. I think it's gonna be competitive like the first round, but Joyce is just gonna keep I think his name is Juggernaut for a reason. That dude's just gonna keep coming. I respect that dude boxing game. It's not too much skill and it's real slow, but I can tell, man, that dude he be holding back a lot. We still haven't seen him a lot what he got. So maybe this fight we'll get to see a little bit of that, man. So I'm excited about that. But I got what's the other heavyweight? Start with a D. I forget his fucking name.
Dubois versus Nathan Gorman.
Yeah. Dubois gonna beat that dude, man. I see the skill in him already. But yeah, Shakur, all them guys, man, all showcase fights, man. And I want to use my boomerang later. I'm gonna call back in later and touch on this Keith Thurman topic real quick, cause the Thurman haters came out, didn't they? That interview brought them out. But that's all I got, man.
Yeah, man. I seen a lot of the topics about that came from that interview. Thurman admits he's ducking Earl or something like that.
Well, Luna is gone. So that being said, I am your host, Nesta Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312, or check me on the Conflicting Ignorance channel on YouTube. Man, Javier do go live from time to time and talk a little shit, from sports to politics.
Hold on, Mike. Hold on. Now all of a sudden people want to talk.
Okay.
H Money, what up?
Hey, yo, Ness, we definitely got a great weekend of boxing. Daniel Dubois, he's definitely one of the best young heavyweights, only 22 years old. This kid has a massive power, man. He could definitely knock anybody out. I'm a big fan of Daniel Dubois. I just want to throw that out there. And I just want to say, the Zone definitely got the best Mexican roster with Canelo, Jaime Munguia, Juan Francisco Estrada, Ryan Garcia. I mean, the list goes on, man. Jose Ramirez, the unification bout with Maurice Hooker on the Zone. I can't wait. It's only 2 weeks away. So, man, shout outs to the show. And, man, tomorrow, man, we back at it. You heard?
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Let
H
me
Money.
go to Mastermind Joseph in Texas.
What up, Big Super Mix?
Yo, my bad, fellas, my bad, man. I'm getting off work late. I thought I had pressed 1 already. It seems to me like Andy Ruiz kind of might know something that we don't know. Like that, like Team Heyman might have found a little loophole. Which, to me, man, I feel like he deserves a rematch, not where he wants it anyways. Not in the UK. You know, the most recent pay-per-view fight that I could, even though I know it's not pay-per-view, but like that I could think of that was similar to this was Kovalev Ward, where Ward flipped the B side and became the A side. So, big shout out to Andy. Hopefully they get that worked out. I'm picking all A sides this weekend. Shout out to Rob Brandt, fellow Patreon member. Good luck to him. Hopefully he can get another win tomorrow. You know what? And then that's all I really got, except for I just want to say, for anybody who hasn't checked it out yet, check out Ness's video with Keith Thurman, where he asked all the Patreon questions, especially towards the end. Keith Thurman says he finally understands how Floyd feels, because most of y'all don't know shit about boxing. And I would have to 100% agree. But that's my call, fellas. Appreciate the work as always.
Yes, sir.
Joseph, man, thank you for calling in, my friend. Sorry about that, Mike.
Are you cool?
All right. Stainless, Detroit.
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the streets to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Good. Yo, TBV was good.
Chilling, Stainless. What up?
Man, all I had to say was, Ness, welcome back. Good interviews with one time I ain't get done watching yet. Mike, appreciate you holding it down while Ness was gone. And as I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up and share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. It's TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, you stupid. Peace.
Thanks for calling in, Stainless Big Dog.
All right. So, Mike, we out. Ness GTO, Instagram and Twitter.
Gross1911 on IG and Gross2312 on Twitter. Peace out.
Peace.